So what is the verdict? The verdict is
Firstborn Athletics. Wake up, breathe, triumph.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Glenn with Firstborn Athletics, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about the difference between living in New York as opposed to Florida. So the first thing, the obvious. Let's discuss the weather. It's beautiful here. They don't call it the Sunshine State for anything. Now, unfortunately, the months of June, July, and August are known as rainy months, or the rain season, I should say. And I got here in June, go figure. So it's been about 3 months since I've been here, so I've been pretty much here during the whole rain season. But the big difference between being here and being in New York is that it may rain here for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe sometimes a half an hour, and then it's sunny after that. Not a big deal. Whereas New York, when it rains, it's gonna rain. In New York, when you get to, or myself, when I get to around October, November, it's what we call hoodie season. And I got tons of hoodies, they're all ready to go. Over here, you're not gonna need them as much, maybe at night, but during the day, you're not gonna really need them. Now, another great thing about the weather is that since it's nice out all the time, since it's sunny, it just really helps with mood. You can't help but be in a good mood. You wake up, the sun is out, it's not raining all the time. You don't have to deal with snow, with cold weather. Really helps with mood, productivity in people. For myself, being involved in fitness, this is great because people want to look good. The weather is nice. Lots of people walking around in t-shirts, tank tops, bikinis, it's beach weather, so people want to look good. For me, I love warm weather. I love the sun. In New York, I loved summers. Some people throughout the winter in New York, they'll complain that it's so cold, and then when summer comes, they're mad that it's hot. Those people would hate it here because it's obviously a warm climate. It's going to be warm most of the time. So if that is you, this is not the place for you to live. All right, so next, let's talk about hospitality and just the people in general in Florida as opposed to New York. Now, I was born and raised in New York, lived there obviously the majority of my life. I don't want to think bad about people, but we're keeping it honest here. This is real talk. The people are a lot nicer down here. Definitely a lot nicer. And as far as hospitality, there's a saying or a phrase, Southern hospitality, and it is so true. I've only been here going on 3 months, and I notice it everywhere I go. If I'm going out to eat somewhere, if I'm going into any business, the people are super friendly, they are welcoming, the service has been good everywhere I've gone. Again, I've lived in New York the majority of my life. I cannot say it was the same in New York. There's definitely a difference in the way people are here as opposed to New York, and they're a lot friendlier here. Southern hospitality is real. Now, moving along with the trend of service, while the service is friendlier down here, I will say there is also a difference in speed. New York, we're moving, it's the hustle and bustle. People are quick, they're quick to get things done. Over here, the service is slower. I've certainly noticed that. But again, going back to what I previously said, I prefer good service, friendly service, that Southern hospitality. That's just big for me. So if you have to wait a little bit longer for that, I'm all in. All right, so next I wanted to just touch on spiritual life. My family and I are Christians. Church is a huge part of our life. God comes first in everything we do. So coming down here, it was just really, really nice to see that it is number one down here as well. I mean, there's churches everywhere. When you go to church, there is a policeman or a sheriff in front of every single church. So again, another Southern phrase that is true is Bible Belt. There's definitely a huge respect for God down here. Okay, next, let's move to a topic that I know is big for everyone. Food. Living in New York, I mean, forget it. There's just tons of places to eat. Obviously, everybody knows the quality of the food is fantastic, whether you're on Long Island, which is where I lived, or even if you go to New York City and anywhere in between. I mean, you could always find great places to eat, all different kinds of food. So if you're moving down here, if you're thinking about moving down here, and food is a big thing for you, as it is for most people, get ready. There are not very many good spots to eat. You're definitely gonna have to be cooking a lot of your food, maybe even go to like fast food chains, your McDonald's, Taco Bell, whatever. They actually have a good couple of chains down here that they don't have in New York. One of them, just off the top of my head, is called PDQ. It is a chicken joint. They have chicken sandwiches, these like crazy tater tots. That spot is bomb. But again, that's chain, a chain restaurant. Living in New York, you'd always hear people talk about Florida and say that there's no good bagels there, there's no good pizza. They were not lying. Okay, now the last thing I want to touch on is the drivers down here. Oh my God. So I told you earlier in the video that the service down here, the people down here are very friendly, very nice people. Now, the thing is, you can be out at a restaurant, you can receive great service, you'll be, in an environment with really friendly people, nice people, and then you leave that restaurant and you get on the road and you're like, where are those people at? Because they are not driving on the same road as I am. These people are angry and they are driving crazy. We were here about a month and a half and my wife was already involved in a car accident. She was not at fault in the accident. The vehicle that she was in, which is my mother-in-law's car, was rear-ended. So yeah, very friendly people down here, but when it comes to on the road, it seems like a lot of people are super angry. And again, I'm coming here from New York. I've seen road rage at its finest, or at least I thought I did. Down here, it's, definitely on another level. There's a lot of tailgating, tons of speeding, tons of people that definitely, I don't know where they got their driver's license from. Maybe a cereal box, I don't know. All right, guys, so you know that I've had some good to say, I've had some bad to say. So what is the verdict? The verdict is I would definitely recommend people moving down here if you're coming from New York to the Tampa area. I love it down here. Definitely do not want to go back to New York. Have no plans of going back there. Love it down here. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you for rolling with us as always. I appreciate every last one of you. If you move to Florida, hit me up. We'll see you guys on the next one.